Hey, it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing, the one place where we try to help you help other people by taking your great innovation, the right opportunity, mixing that with sound wisdom to come up with real products and real businesses. Now, by the way, you might have noticed I've got a little new backdrop here. I'm still at the Active Therapy Systems building, and actually to my left here is one of their newest prototypes they've built, so I just thought this would be kind of a cool change of pace and backdrop here. And if you're not familiar, if you haven't heard this in one of our other videos, Active Therapy Systems is Bennett Gatto's company, one of our inventor entrepreneurs, and he is developing a new technology to help people with Parkinson's disease. And this is one of his newest early product beta test products, and it's a 5 punch pad system, so it's actually a way to help people with Parkinson's disease with their physical therapy, both cognitive and physical. So it's a really cool technology, but I just thought it'd be really cool to have it back here, just kind of a over my shoulder peek at what they're working on over here. So anyway, today I want to talk to you about 5 ways to change you from a talker to a doer. Because I'll see different kinds of inventors and entrepreneurs come in through my doors that I'll meet, that I'll consult with, and some of them, they just want to talk and they don't want to do anything else. They just want to talk about it. Their comfort zone is talking about their idea. And it's funny because they'll also complain, Don, I just feel like I'm just spinning in place. I'm not getting anywhere. Well, it's because they're not doing anything. They're talking about it, and there's nothing wrong with talking about it. There's nothing wrong with thinking about it. And you need to have that part, but if you have that apart and that's the only thing you're doing and it's apart from the doing part, then you have to have that motivation into the next step. So they'll talk about it a lot, but they won't do anything. And we do this in our workshops. In our workshops, and if you're not familiar, we have meetings and workshops, and in our workshops here in Lexington, Kentucky, it's members only. We all come in, work under a closed non-disclosure agreement. We go around the room, everyone gets a chance to talk about their idea, and everybody gets an allotted time, and we get feedback from the group, and everybody gets to help everybody. It kind of turns into a brainstorming session on steroids. I say that a lot, but it really is true. It's what it becomes. And at the end of everybody's allotted time, I always ask them one question, and that is, what is your next step? What is the next thing that you're going to do? When you come back here next month, what are you going to come back here and have accomplished? And I think it's very important, because you have to ask yourself that question. Am I making progress? Now, maybe it's not even the progress you want. Maybe you want to be way over here and you're just here. But that's okay. You're making some progress. So, and for those of you that are really, you're doing this and you're really trying hard, kudos to you. You should keep with it, and don't get discouraged if you're not making all the progress you want, but if you're making some progress. But maybe these next few tips will help you refine that to make yours just a little bit more efficient and get you down the road just a little faster. So, and I've said this before, but a goal is a plan. A goal without a plan is just a dream. And a lot of us will have these goals, and they'll be lofty goals. I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't have a plan. So you have to have a plan, and this plan has to be led by behavior. So you have to lead yourself by behavior. On the wall of my office, I have a sign that says, the first person you lead is you. And it's very true. You have to, whether you're going to lead a team, or whether you're leading your company or your product or your invention to success, the first person you have to lead is yourself. And you have to lead yourself with behavior, not just words. So, Dave Ramsey talks about having a plan on paper, on purpose. I highly recommend this plan of action, and he talks about having goals that are what's called SMART goals. And they're specific, they're achievable, they're relevant, and they're time sensitive. So I want to kind of walk through some of those and what those mean to me, and how I think they might be able to help you. And one, if your goals are specific, you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want to achieve? So let's say you're at one of our idea steps. We have all these idea steps that you can go through to take you from idea to actual product launch. And one of the first of them is starting to document, and that's writing down 500 words about your idea. Kind of gets you started on that documentation process. And you write 500 words about your idea. And you might say, oh Don, that's such a big, daunting task. I don't know how I can do that. Well, break it down. Just break it down. If you say, or you might say, well, yeah, I'm going to write this as soon as I get to it, and you never get to it. So you have to have a specific goal. You have to say, okay, I want to write 500 words, but I'm going to write them by next month. So in the next month, I'm going to write 500 words. What does that mean? That means 125 words every week. So make them specific to what you want to accomplish. Break down these specifics into doable, easy to do, easy to accomplish pieces. Now, another thing they need to be is achievable. You have to evaluate, is this goal going to be realistic or not? So do you have the ability? Do you have the skill set? Do you have the tools to do this? If you don't, then you might have to figure out how to do it, or see if you have the resources to do it. And if you don't, that's okay. There's other ways to get up the ladder. But you have to evaluate. Don't push yourself into an area where you're just going to be disappointed. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't push yourself. You should. You should try to get out of that comfort zone and push the edge of that envelope and try to get to the next thing. But don't set yourself up for disappointment by making a goal that you know is not achievable. So make them realistic. Make them things you know you can do and you can accomplish, so you've got that progress to move forward. Now the next thing, make those goals relevant. Does it apply to my overall plan, what I want to accomplish? Don't make these goals distracting goals from your ultimate goal. Because as inventors and entrepreneurs, we love to chase little rabbits. We love to just kind of, oh look, something shiny. Oh look, something shiny, and all of a sudden we're just like everywhere. So I'm going to set these other goals here because I want to do these other things too. And before we know it, we're distracted and we're trying to push 10 cars instead of one car. And guess what? We don't push any cars. So be sure and have that ultimate. That this goal doesn't distract you from what your ultimate goal is. And it also has to be a part of your why. So you have to have a why. And if you've not seen Simon Sinek's Golden Circle talk, it's a really good talk about having this why in the center. Have the why be your driving force. You've got your how and your what out here, and those kind of feed in, but at your core is your why of what you do. And I think it's a good way to figure out which goals are going to work for you and which ones aren't. So, lastly, they need to be time sensitive. So put a timer on this. Not a real timer unless you can do this in 15 minutes or something. But you need a finish line of some kind. Nothing motivates like a deadline. So set a time on this. That way you don't say, well, I might get to this, and then it never happens. So set a deadline. Say, okay, by this date, I'm going to have this done. Break it down, just like I said before, into just easily digestible, easily accomplished, weekly, maybe even daily activities. So anyway, I hope this is helpful for you. Again, I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing TV, and I will look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, maybe one of our online classes, or on the next video.